Hello and welcome to PAM, your policy, advocacy and media electronic newsletter. I'm Ian Henschke, Chief Advocate of National Seniors, and this is the first time I've spoken to you since the federal budget. Now, the budget was a mixed bag for seniors. We were promised a lot and we were delivered, well, a few wins and some partial wins. Let's start with the biggest one of all, the increase to the pensioner work bonus scheme. Now, it's gone from $6,500 a year to $7,800 before it affects your pension. Now, this is a big win. Not quite what we asked for. We wanted it raised to $10,000, but $7,800 is still a very good step forward. Also, the number of people waiting for the right home care package is going to be improved because there are 100,000 Australians waiting for the right package, and the federal government in the budget announced there would be 14,000 more high-level packages to add to the 6,000 that were announced late last year. So that's 20,000 people that will be able to get a level 3 or level 4 package, and that'll help them stay in their own home and not go into an aged care facility. It's not as much as is needed, but once again, it's a partial win. On other matters, we've just formed an alliance with the Benevolent Society, and I've been in northern New South Wales meeting members there. We went to the branch at Coffs Harbour. We also met seniors in Lismore. And we're calling for a campaign to fix pension poverty. We're going to work with the Benevolent Society in the lead up to the federal election. We're going to be targeting marginal electorates and making it an issue. We would like to see an independent tribunal to set a fair rate for the pension and tackle some of those issues that are really hurting pensioners. The fact that they can't get dental care. We would like to see free dental care. We'd also like to see a supplement so that people can get connected to the internet, because at the moment it costs almost twice as much to be on the NBN as it does to have a telephone. So there are lots of issues that we're going to be fighting for in the months ahead, especially leading up to the federal election. Another point that I want to make today is that June the 15th was World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, and National Seniors has been doing a lot of work in this area. We were part of the conference that took place in Sydney earlier this year, and a number of measures have come from that conference. We are calling for powers of attorney to be registered nationally, to make sure that banks are going to work with seniors to ensure that they aren't going to be abused financially, and the Banking Association of Australia has said it's going to work with us. There are lots of things happening out there on a positive front, and I hope that you can read about them on our website. Remember, we've got all of our articles up there, our press releases, a lot of our media is put up there as well. So go to the website, keep yourself informed, and I'll get out of your way now. But if you'd like to see an extended interview with our response to the federal budget, recorded with Sky News on the morning after the budget, stay watching.
Ian Henschke, thanks so much for joining us. This budget was billed, I guess, in the days prior as a bit of a budget for seniors. Is there enough in this for older Australians?
Well, one of the things we're very concerned about is the number of people that want aged care packages where they can stay in their own home. Now, we saw last night 14,000 additional level 3 and 4 packages. This is in addition to the 6,000 announced last December. That's 20,000. People might be saying, well, that's a lot, you should be happy. The fact of the matter is, we know from the department's own figures, there are 100,000 people waiting for the package that meets their needs. There is home care support that's available, but really it didn't go far enough to meet the needs of older Australians. The thing that's interesting about this is that you can actually save a lot of money keeping someone in their home rather than going to an aged care facility. So I think someone needs to sit down in government and say, look, it makes economic sense to keep people in their homes. We should be doing more of it. And that's the message I'd have to government.
Yeah, the waiting list for aged care homes is something like over 100,000.
This is for packages to stay in their own home.
Yeah,
yes.
but the 14,000 odd, is this going to make a difference?
It will make a difference. Obviously, those people that get it are going to be very pleased about it. Those that don't get it are going to be sitting there waiting on a list. Now, you always have queues, but when you're talking about people's lives where getting that package can be the difference between going into an aged care facility or not. And we know that when people go into aged care facilities, their mortality is not good. We know that from the government's own figures that you're lucky to survive a couple of years in an aged care facility. This is because people are going in more as they are more frail. The point is, we want to keep people in their homes. That's very important.
This access to essentially reverse mortgage of people's ability that was announced of a pension scheme. Do you have concerns that people might take advantage of people at this age with a scheme like this?
Look, I think this is actually a positive scheme. It operates in other countries. I know that in Europe they have schemes like this. You've got a financial information services officer, a FISO, down at Centrelink, so people should talk to them about it. You can get at the moment, any Australian can get this who has a home. So you can get a pension and a half. So in other words, you're talking about $36,000 that someone can actually now access. And this is actually a good figure. I mean, it's not a great figure, but it's much better than people living on the pension. So I think we'll find a lot of Australians, when they hear more about it, will actually take advantage of it. I was very surprised last night talking to Treasury that I found that only 700 people have taken advantage of the scheme at the moment. So I think now that it's out there and it's in the news, I think you might find more people take advantage of it.
And there was about a $10,000 incentive scheme announced to employ older Australians. That sounds pretty good.
Older Australians do find it difficult to get work if they lose their job, so anything to help that is good. So you'd have to say there were a lot of pluses in the budget for older Australians, but probably not as many as we were thinking were going to be there.
All right, Ian Henschke, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much indeed.